Hey Freedom Lovers, this is Dr. Peterson Pierre with America's Frontline Doctors, bringing you today's Daily Dose. California Governor Gavin Newsom claimed ignorance last week when he was confronted about his sweeping vaccine mandates during the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2021, Newsom began requiring state employees to take the COVID-19 injections and strongly recommended that children who are statistically at zero risk of serious illness or death also receive the experimental shots. In October of 2021, Newsom announced plans to add the shots to the list of required vaccinations for K through 12 students. In an interview on Tuesday, Joe Rogan asked him the following, quote, "Who will be held accountable for mandating COVID-19 vaccines for children, which were unnecessary and ineffective, and who will take responsibility," that's the F word for politicians, "for the unprecedented increases in myocarditis and cancer cases among them? Second to that, do you feel any remorse for that draconian decision that was obviously heavily influenced by the pharmaceutical company's desire for maximum profit?" End quote. Well, as to whether or not he feels any remorse, you kind of need a conscience to feel that. So I can answer that. He feels no remorse whatsoever. And here's his response. After responding with, of course, quote unquote, vaccine saved lives, more propaganda, Newsom nervously launched into a lengthy speech about how he's ordering a review of his own COVID-19 policies. Yeah, right. At the end, he pleaded ignorance. Quote, "I know everyone's a genius now in hindsight, but at the time, none of us knew what we were up against," end quote. Governor Newsom, you're a liar and a hypocrite, and you've been exposed many times. What do you mean we didn't know? We all knew. It became clear at the beginning of the pandemic that children were not at risk of severe illness or death from COVID-19. Not just my opinion. Studies back this up. A May 2020 European study showed less than 2% hospitalizations and no excess deaths among kids under 18, and the CDC itself said in August of 2020 that children were less susceptible. By mid-21, the CDC acknowledged that children made up less than 0.01% of COVID-19 deaths. Yeah, you didn't know that? Newsom has come under fire for his other harsh COVID-19 policies, some of which he flaunted. While he ordered wineries to shut down indoor operations, those in which he had financial interests, of course, they were exempt. Despite banning indoor dining, Newsom attended an elite party at the swanky restaurant French Laundry, where he and his fellow revelers also violated his mask mandate. He ordered children to remain masked in schools but attended events unmasked. He kept places of worship closed even as he allowed restaurants, malls, offices, schools, and factories to reopen. Home Bible studies were also forbidden. Even after allowing places of worship to reopen, Newsom banned worshipers from singing and chanting. The review he has ordered of his policies is completely unnecessary. That California had one of the worst pandemic responses in the country and fared worse than nearly all states in mortality, economy, and education. So the real question is, how has Newsom managed to remain in office for so long? When he's an obvious hypocrite, he flaunts that he and the elite are above his constituents. He hasn't made a single decision that has moved the state in a positive direction. And since he took the reins, California is the worst run state in the nation. Yeah, he's a politician. He's never going to change. So, are the people who voted for him really that blind? Ladies and gentlemen, only the truth will set you free. Stay tuned for the next Daily Dose.